You're in the mix.
The world's finest, man. DJ.
Welcome to the Big Rich Movie Review Hour here on YouTube. Every Monday evenings weekly.
Oh my God. Shut the front door.
What?
Sit back as we break down some of our favorite movies and compare opinions and ratings. Note, there will be spoilers during the broadcast. Always remember to like, share, and subscribe.
What's good, people? What's good, people? Big Rich here from the Big Rich Live on the Mic Radio Show here on YouTube. Welcome to the next installment of the Big Rich Movie Review. Today, we will be switching gears a little bit because I've gotten a lot of inquiries. I usually don't do it, but I do enjoy these particular types of movies. And this is going to be an animation, not an anime, not a Japanese anime, but it's going to be an animated movie that came out last year, and it is called Moana, starring the illustrious, the charismatic, awesome dude, in my opinion, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and a newcomer, Auli'i Cravalho, who played Moana, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson played Maui, the demigod. Now, this anime came out last year. It actually debuted November 13th. It's PG. It's an hour and 47 minutes long. It actually got some great scores. Rotten Tomato score was 95%, and IMDb score is 7.8 by out of 10. So it was excellent. The budget was $150 million. They've made $580.4 million worldwide, so they more than tripled their money. So, was it going to make as much money as a typical Disney film with a white lead? Probably not. But Dwayne just hit it out the park. He did what he was supposed to do. He does what he always does. And this new young lady did some really good voiceover. The story, typical. I mean, it's typical to all Disney, type stories. You start out with somebody who never really been of means, okay, but they have greatness from the womb, if you will, and then they grow up either oblivious of what their purpose is, or held back by either family members and or some type of upbringing. Then they face some type of catastrophe. Somebody in their family dies, somebody's threatened, stuff like that. So they have to then get pushed out into the forefront. And then you go on your little journey where, it's ebb and flows, more valley than peaks. And then at the end, they save the day, and they do things that no one ever thought that they would do. That type of, so it's typical. It's a typical Disney flick. It's just different. It's just dealing with people of color and more of the island background, the Caribbean background, the Samoan background, that type of stuff. Polynesian, there you go, Polynesian background, which, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people, put all of that into the pot. That's people of color. If you think about it, this is pretty much the only one based on color that's pretty much all the way. There's no Europeans in this particular movie. Now, if you go back, the one that I can remember is The Princess and the Frog. The lead was African American, but there was a lot of, Caucasian Europeans mixed in the mix. Then I think about one, I want to say it was The Prince of Egypt. I think that's what it was called. I know a lot of people say, well, that wasn't a real rendition, there you go, of exactly how, the Moses and the Pharaoh and all that thing wrong. But if my saying, out of all of the Disney flicks, if you could think about how many were of people of color in their lead, then you know that there is a problem, there is an issue. But this review is really not that. It's just basically trying to give the whole movie context. And I've read in a lot of articles and stuff when people who say, "Oh well, you really can't make this type of movie because it doesn't make $1 billion like oh shoot, it'll come to me." But why do I want to say Glow or something like that? I can't remember. It'll come to me. But $580 million, almost $600 million, for animation is pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty damn good. So I could definitely see maybe them having a Moana 2. I don't know what the premise would be. Maybe it's and let me break it up. There will be spoilers. Maybe it's something where at the end it showed the entire tribe, the entire community, in boats exploring. So maybe it could be exploring, maybe meeting other not cultures per se, but other islands of people that they're all descendants, but they've never seen each other before, that type of stuff right there. So it's definitely a few ways that you could make this into a Moana 2. And I'm thinking, as long as Dwayne Johnson is still a part of it, which, I mean, shoot, I want to say this is his third or fourth Disney flick that he's done, and he's down to make money. Why not? I could see them making it again without really getting into the entire story, because like I said, that's the one drawback that I have, or the main drawback that I have, that it was pretty much predictable. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty much predictable. But Miss Cravalho, she plays the lead female character, and her name is Moana, obviously, and she is the daughter of the chief. Okay, so basically she's in succession. So when he dies or when he is too old to lead, then she lead, that type of succession. And she was chosen at birth she was chosen by the water god or the water goddess, whatever you want to say. And basically not granted special powers, but special privileges where the water, the sea would call her and work for her in various ways. And then she goes on a journey to meet Dwayne Johnson's character, who is Maui, the demigod. Okay, who basically all he wanted to do was, as you found out throughout the movie, all he wanted to do was to give back to humanity, to make humanity love him. And then towards the end, you finally found out why that was the case. Was he wasn't always a demigod. He was a human child of human parents. They didn't like him. They cast him out into the ocean, like garbage, basically. And he was found by the gods, and he was made a demigod. Not even trying to get technical, but a demigod is somebody between a god and a mortal, if you will. A demigod is granted with super strength, ability, immortality, some type of magical weapon and traits that they can do whatever the gods say that they can do. That type of stuff right there. So that's where he came in. The artistic background was awesome. The movement with the lips, the creativity in the characters, I felt jumped off the screen. I felt that it was all put together right, predictable, but it was put together right. The first, second, and third act, they merged in it. You finally understood things. They opened your eyes to certain things that in the beginning you might have been like, well, dang, that's a monster. Well, that very well might not be a monster. This is why this, that, and the third happened. So you were able to roll and flow, what I felt. You were able to flow through the entire movie from beginning to end. So it was definitely put together well. Now, I must have a caveat, if you will, or disclaimer. I don't like singing. I really don't. You know, I hate musicals. I don't like to go to live concerts. I just don't. You know what I mean? To me, I like if I'm going to the movies, if I'm going to watch a movie, I want to watch a movie. If I'm going to a concert, then I'll listen to somebody sing. I don't want to go to a movie and have them just arbitrarily singing. Everybody in here was singing. Dwayne Johnson was singing. You know, I mean, he can't sing, so it wasn't a melody, if you will, but it was more like not even a rap, but it was more like he was talking to a rhythm. You follow what I'm saying? I'm just not really into that. It turns me like off. You know, if you think about stuff like Zootopia, right, which is probably my top three. I would say top three in animation. Yes, they had singing, but they didn't have singing where, okay, me and this character's walking down the street now, you know, something happened to us and I start to sing. No, they had, you know, they had music. They had a soundtrack that the characters would react to, if you will. And then they had a concert at the end where the lead song was sung and stuff like that. That was cool. But the West Side Story, and I know I'm dating myself because that came out in, I want to say, the 70s, 60s or 70s, something like that. But when you had that type of stuff where everybody starts singing, you know, you had a crab singing, you had Moana singing 3 or 4 times, you know, you had her grandmama singing, you had the dad doing some stuff. Now, what I did like is I did like the dances. You know, I remember the Polynesian dances that I saw and was exposed to when I first went to Hawaii, and that was almost 30 years ago. And you know, that whole culture. What was funny to me is, and I was talking to a couple of people when we was watching the movie. It's amazing how, if you look at the dances, the Polynesian dances, right? And you look at dances from some of the Aborigines in Australia, and then you look at dances in some of the tribes in South Africa, North Africa, West Africa, East Africa, they're the same. You follow what I'm saying? They are the same. So stuff like this locks in the fact of when people say that our people are global. People of color are global. You follow what I'm saying? Global. And if you really think about things and use your common sense, which I understand, common sense is not common for most people, you have to say to dag, you know, these people of color moved all around the world. They took from each other. They learned from each other. They modified from each other. And you will see how Polynesians are 5, 6, 7, 8, 10,000 miles in certain parts of the globe from tribes in Africa, Nigeria, the Congo, South Africa, Somalia, but the dances are pretty much the same. So I love that. I did love that. That opened my mind. That opened my heart to a lot of things. You know, when you think about the possibilities, not only of the future, but of accepting and grabbing the past. So what I would do out of 10, I would give this movie an 8. The reason I don't give it a 10, the singing. That's just it. So I don't think that any Disney flick that runs that mantra, that has that platform of everybody singing, will ever get a 10 from me. And then the predictability, you know, so those two instances is why I downgraded it from a possible 10 to an 8, but it's a solid 8. It really is. This is something that I will be getting for my collection. I will be getting the Blu-ray. Obviously, it's too late because it came out in November, so it's not in the movie theaters. But if you can Redbox it, if you can stream it, get the DVD, the Blu-ray, whatever it is. This is definitely something that you need to add to your collection. So I hope that you enjoyed my review. Sorry it took so long. It's just how it was. Put some comments down below. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Like, share, and subscribe this video and the channel. Let me know anything else. Keep them coming. Oh, shoot. How you going to keep them coming if I don't give you the email address? Our email address is bigrichmoviereview@gmail.com. That's bigrichmoviereview@gmail.com. Keep them coming. Let me know what you want me to review next. I don't care if it's old. I don't care if it's new. I don't care if it's white, black, Western, whatever. The only thing I don't do is I don't watch horrors and all this drama stuff that's like based on real life that I can go outside and see myself. I usually don't go there, but action, comedy, animation, that type of stuff there, let me know either down below here or email me and I'll get to it. So in the meantime, the between time, stay blessed, stay safe, stay woke. Peace, and I'm out of here.